So, let's get you up to speed. Halley's Children is a campaign using Fate Core and Fate Venture City by Evil Hat Games. It tells the story of empowered people throughout history. For millennia, Halley's Comet has been visiting our solar system every 75 years or so. On some of these visits, a meteor has fallen from the Earth containing nanomachines that give the people that discover the meteor an immunity to aging along with mysterious powers. These empowered people have inspired many tales of gods and heroes throughout the centuries. The meteors also contain clues as to when the next fall will occur, leading the empowered on a sort of a scavenger hunt across history to prepare for and find the next fall, for each meteor can bring new powers and new members to the community. However, the chain was broken in 79 CE, when the most recent meteor was lost before figuring out its clues. As a result, the trail was lost, and when the next meteor fell, there was no one there to aid or guide the newly empowered people. We joined this tale in 1066, when a meteor fell in the town of Hastings, England. A group of Saxon townsfolk, visitors, and Normans were empowered, creating a conflict as the Norman invaders attempted to imprison the townsfolk. Ida, Anoush, and Halfthor, using their newfound powers, rescued the imprisoned Saxons and retrieved the meteor before leaving to figure out their immortal lives. We rejoined them at the next starfall, this time in Belgrade in 1456. Robert of Vue, previously our protagonist's enemy, teamed up with the trio and the other Hastings empowered who arrived. Yelena and Mila, two locals, were empowered when the meteor crashed into the city wall they were walking near. At Belgrade, our protagonist also encountered Gilgamesh and Loki, two people from previous empowered generations, and the first conclave was held to establish a structure of cooperation by empowered people old and new. We joined them once again at Ticonderoga in 1759. Halfthor, Yelena, Anoush, and Ida gathered with their allies to prepare for the next meteor. But things were complicated by the arrival of the Morrigan, who wanted to create 10,000 new empowered because she saw a great danger on the horizon. She was defeated with little bloodshed and a lot of creativity, but not before leaving the indelible mark of her presence on Yelena, Cuchulainn, and 5 new empowered people from the French army. Unfortunately, the danger the Morrigan foresaw manifested just a few years after. A mysterious fleet sent by a group calling themselves the Arm of St. George attempted to wipe out the empowered on their island home of Eternatus. They were saved by the preparations of Hurrit, the intuitive new leader of the empowered, and by the effort and sacrifice of Robert, Otto, and Mirwine. And so began a centuries-long plan to infiltrate the power structures of the world and find and put a stop to the Arm of St. George, all while trying to make the world a better place. Now we're going to rejoin our protagonists again. We'll be starting a few months before the Challenger disaster, which is the next starfall. Anoush has been kidnapped by the Arm of St. George, including, unbeknownst to everyone else, Philomore, an empowered man from Hastings who seems to have turned code against his own. Halfthor is running the CIA. Yelena is a doctor working for NASA. Ida is in California helping to further the LGBTQ movement in the midst of the AIDS crisis. They will not be joining us this chapter, but there is another, as yet unmet, empowered person running a nightclub in Miami, who we will meet soon enough. And that's it. You're all caught up. So grab your popcorn, and let's get ready for Halley's Children Challenger. Long may we